Asexualise.com and author of Asexual Perspectives out on Amazon. Welcome to day 17 of Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month. How difficult is it for you to be asexual in a sexualized world? This is a question I ask all 46 of my interviewees in my Asexual Perspectives 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity. And I'm the 47th story, if you're wondering why it's called 47. So I want to look at Robin's answer for this, as I think it really summed up how bad our society is with sex, when they even put sexual innuendos in kids' shows. I mean, it's something that I find really frustrating myself. I just want to watch something. I want to watch a kids' movie, or I want to watch, you know, something just without sex in it. I don't like... I mean, I talk about sex a lot to help other asexuals, but, you know, I like to just have, for example, if I was in a relationship, I'd like a teenager-style relationship with all the kissing and no sex whatsoever. One of my favourite films is A Cinderella Story, and that's like teenage love, no sex in it whatsoever. You know, I hate all that type of thing. I just want the nice, innocent love romance, dating, chatting till the early hours and getting on like bestest friends. So anyway, I want to take a moment to read to you Robin's answer to this, because I think it's really good. It is very difficult for me because there's basically sex everywhere. Books, media, and in the form of sex jokes in real life. Even in children's shows, you get the sexual innuendos that older audiences are supposed to appreciate. But it just makes me feel so betrayed by the show. I really know what Robin's talking about there. I really do. It's because when you are searching for the rare forms of entertainment that have no mentions of sex at all, but all you end up getting is about sex, you end up hoping for the rare gem that you just happen to find to stay a rare gem. And that hope is what ultimately destroys you when the rare gem turns out not to be the rare gem. You know, and I think that's really sad that in society, everything has sexual connotations, sexual innuendos, and even kids shows. I mean, you know, there's a lot of child abuse that goes on, including sexual. And yet, you think if people are growing up with sexual innuendo in kids' shows, you know, it's not very good as an example of how we shouldn't be having children in anything to do with sexual connotations. It's just wrong. It's not good at all, you know. On the other side, you know, that if schools are going to talk about sex and kids are going to have sex from a young age, I'm not talking about kids shows that like 4 to 5 year olds and all that lot, but, you know, if you're going to have the talk in school about education to do with sex, then you should be bringing asexuality in that too. Because I think as a child, the worst thing you can get told if you're, you know, like if you're an older child, is that, you know, when you get older, you have something called reproduction, called sex, and that's part of a normal relationship. I mean, what are we feeding these kids in their minds? It's so bad. Do you know what I mean? It should be, well, this is one thing you can do when you're older, if you want to, if you feel comfortable, but it's perfectly fine to love and live and be happy without sex. You know, it's just crazy. And when you are seeing TV shows, and they really are from a much younger kid audience, and they've got sexual innuendos in it for the adults, it's not needed. It's not necessary. You know, I've read, I mean, I've still got, I actually enjoy writing picture books for 3 to 5 year olds, as well as writing non-fiction books. And, you know, I like the Mr. Men and Little Misses and stuff. And maybe people can find sexual connotations in them somehow, or underlying messages. I know some websites have looked at the underlying messages of Mr. Men and Little Miss. But I love them because they seemed really innocent to me, and they still seem innocent to me. Maybe that's because of the way my mind thinks innocent, I don't know. But they still seem really innocent. And I love rhyming picture books. You know, I don't want anything to do with sex in a kid's picture book, or any connotations or anything. It's ridiculous. And I also think films, you know, a lot of the films these days that are certificate 12 as well, a ton of them have got sex stuff in them, sexual innuendos and that in them, and suggestive stuff, or in the bed down to their underwear. I mean, it's really not necessary, is it? And, you know, the constant bombardment of advertisements. I mean, in the Asexual Perspectives book, there are other asexuals that talk about the constant advertisements for sex. You know, buy this to get more sex. Do this to get more sex. You need sex. Sex, 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 sex. Sex sells. Have more sex, you know? It's just absolutely ridiculous. And I think this is what's hard when you're asexual in a sexualized world, if you really don't want to see that stuff. You know, if you really don't want to see it. But personally, the hardest thing for me as a personal issue is me finding my asexual soulmate. And I do think that's one of the hardest things for an asexual, is to find an asexual partner in a sexualized world. Because a lot of us are undercover, aren't we? A lot of us are behind closed doors. A lot of us are afraid to come out. And that's what I'm about. I'm about spreading awareness of asexuality. My book's not just any book. I'm on a mission to get asexuality recognised as a sexual orientation throughout the globe, so that no asexual has to live in fear of ridicule ever again. I want a society where we can openly talk about being asexual, where it's not seen as taboo or something weird or strange, where it's just seen as normal for some people. And where, you know, people can talk openly about being asexual, so they can find a nice partner for them. And where some heterosexuals who've perhaps got a low sex drive, some impotent people that can't have sex, can actually look and think, oh wow, there's an asexual, you know, sexual orientation. Maybe I could be with that person, you know, because they don't need sex and my circumstances means I can't have it or don't want it, or it's not necessary in my life. You know, I want to open up society to asexuality, being real, being here among everyone else. And I really, really need your help, okay? Please, please check out Asexual Perspectives and share the book with a friend, you know? You might know someone who's asexual, and you know, they'll benefit from the book. Just show them the book. It tells my own personal story, just from the look inside part. Just from that bit, they can see my own personal story, and I hope it inspires people, inspires asexual people to actually know that you can overcome pain and you can turn it into gain. So please check out Asexual Perspectives on Amazon. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I do usually do a video every single week, but for Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month, my challenge is to do a video about the book in relation to a topic that matters to you throughout the whole of July. That's 31 videos. It's not an easy task, but it's something I'm enjoying doing, and I love bringing you bits of the book that will really help you, you know, and really understand that you are not alone. There are lots of asexuals, thousands around the globe, who understand you. You know, we don't all have the same likes, needs, wants, dislikes, but we all understand the lack of sexual attraction, and we get the fact that it's so much sex across the globe. But you know, I'm here to make my mark on this world for you. I'm here to try and change culture and history, and to make history. When I say change history, I mean now. So I should say make history different. You know, my book is on its way to the British Library. Once you're a published author and you have your own publishing company, so I publish under Quirky Books, my own publishing company now, you have to, by law, send a copy of your book to the British Library. And that goes down as being a part of English heritage forever. So basically, for generations and generations to come, people know about asexuality. They can use this book for the beautiful 46 asexual stories and my own, for research, into asexuality. So this book exists, and it proves that we exist too. This book is a voice. It's your voice, okay? This book is your voice in the world, and I will do whatever it takes to help you get your voices heard. Whatever it takes, okay? It's not going to be easy. I really need your support behind me. You know, even if the book, somehow you can't afford it, or, you know, you just don't want to get it right now, please share it with a friend. Share it across social media. Use hashtag APAM, Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month, in your tweets or all over social media. Use it over Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, Pinterest, wherever you are. Just get Asexuality recognised, and let's get our voices heard. It's about time we came up and we rose from being closed to the public. It's about time we came out as a whole community and spread the love, joy and happiness that asexuals can bring to this world. Until next time, embrace your quirky. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Like I said earlier, share it with all your friends. Do subscribe. And I'd love to hear your comments below. How difficult is it for you to be asexual in a sexualized world? Please leave your comments down below. Tell me what problems and issues you've faced, and if you've overcome them or not, and how. This really can help us all out. Bye-bye.